Alright guys, let's talk about Scott Derrickson's Deliver Us from Evil from 2014. And I'm really excited to talk about this one because this one was a surprise to me because it at first I was kind of cynical of it whenever I started watching it. I'm like, oh, it starts in Iraq like The Exorcist, like it is a possession movie like The Exorcist. But even though it was set in Iraq at the beginning of the movie, at first I was like, oh no, this is going to be like a ripoff that's not going to be very good. But as the movie went along, or as the movie started, not went along, as the movie started, I really did like that this has a similar feel to the beginning of The Exorcist, but it does something different where these military guys are in Iraq, and then this thing happens in this cave, and I thought that was effective and worked differently, even though they had the similar setup to The Exorcist, like where it starts in Iraq where the demon is. I really appreciated that it was different. And I really like the setup with Eric Bana, who plays this character named Sarchi, who's in the Bronx just stopping crimes. And, like, a lot of people and animals are acting very strange, and it's like this thing is, like, possessing people and taking over them. And I think that it's really cool how they have subtle scares, which I appreciate as well, because this one, I think it did have a couple jump scares that to me were not great, but there were some that I thought were really good. Again, it was directed by Scott Derrickson, who directed Sinister and Doctor Strange. Really loved Sinister a lot and loved Doctor Strange, even though it's not a horror movie. But Scott Derrickson, I think he's done something else too. I can't remember, but I'll have to look. And if he does anything else, I'll watch it, because 3 movies in a row I really loved of his movies. So I think he's really got a home run so far for me. And even though these characters are simple, they're done well. Like, there's a great, very well done scene with Sarchi where, like, he works too hard, he works too much. His wife and kids are annoying him because they want him to be home. And there's a scene where the daughter's being so obnoxious and he breaks and tells her to shut up. And he doesn't mean it, but he just broke in the moment because of seeing all these people get killed and in the situation that's happening right at the moment. And then I really love that. And I love how the wife's like, why did you do that? And he said that he was just frustrated because he just saw, like he just found a dead baby with somebody holding it, and trying to resuscitate it, but they couldn't. And I thought that was such a human moment where this character was like, yeah, he did a bad thing. Like, he told his daughter to shut up, but then he told the explanation, like, if you were me and you just saw, like, this baby just get killed and then trying to be resuscitated, but it didn't come back to life, what would you do? And I thought that it was just a great character moment and really gives you sympathy for this guy, even though he's kind of being a jerk, but it makes sense because of all the shit he's seeing, like, at his job, and it's really hard for him. And I like too, this had a lot of references to The Doors as well. Throughout, there's just a lot of funny references to them. There's lyrics that reference, like, at the end of the movie, there's reference to the Doors with lyrics to a song, and the priest is really good as well. Sarchi and this priest guy, who is of course going to do the exercising, and I love their scene they're talking about religion, and Sarchi asked him, with all the rapes and murders that happen every minute of every day, why does this happen? And, like, why would God allow bad things like that to happen? And then I really love this explanation, because usually whenever priests or religious people give, well, like, if somebody says that to him, like, why are there so many rapes and murders, and why doesn't God stop them? I feel like religious people usually give a bullshit reason out for that. But for this, I really like the priest's explanation in this movie, because he says that God gives people like you to go and stop those people. And I just thought that was a really, really well-written line and a really great moment where this priest is like, he doesn't know what God wants either, but he has, like his explanation saying that God made people like you to stop bad people like that, I thought just was a cool reasoning explanation behind why, like, if you ask a priest, why does all this horrible stuff happen? I thought that was a great, like, rebuttal. And so I really liked the characters, I really liked their dialogue, I really liked a lot of scenes with them, and the atmosphere in this is effective and works, but the only thing for me that isn't my favorite is that it's not my favorite subgenre of horror, but I will give it credit for when credit's due. Like the atmosphere in this is really well done, and this is not my favorite subgenre of horror, is what I'm saying. And what's funny about this too is that Lulu Wilson, who played in Ouija Origin of Evil and Annabelle Creation, she played the daughter in this movie. So she started in this movie where like she keeps doing all these supernatural horror movies, and that's so funny. She started, I think, here. I don't know if she did anything before, but she was great in this one. And I love the fact that the end of the movie, like without spoiling it, they have a 7 months later like bullshit thing where like it's like 7 months later. And then there's something like, you expect something big to happen, but it doesn't. And without explaining it, you're going to think, what, that doesn't make any sense. But if you watch the movie, you'll understand. I just don't want to spoil it because I thought that the ending was really well done because it did do a different thing for a horror movie. And just a really, really solid way to end it. And this movie was just really, really great. I really love this movie, and I'm surprised at how good of a movie this was. Again, the character development is so on point. The dialogue is great. The atmosphere is great. The thrills are great. Just all the performances are great. It's a really great movie that is really underrated that I did not expect to like as much as I did. This one really deserves a watch. If anybody hasn't seen Deliver Us from Evil, go and see it. It's a great movie, and I really, really love it. And I'm so surprised that I rank it, or that I liked it as much as I did. Like, it's one of the best like exorcism movies I've seen. That's not The Exorcist. Like, it's really, really well done with the character development, with the thrills, the atmosphere, and the acting. Like, it really works on all those levels. So I really love Deliver Us from Evil. So tell me down below if you've seen Deliver Us from Evil, and if you have, tell me what you like about it. I really love this movie. Thank you guys so much for watching.